2010 is nearly over. A lot of games were released this year, so here are my top 5 best games of 2010. Keep in mind, this only covers games I've actually played, so if your favorite isn't on the list, just assume I haven't played it. Number 5. Fallout New Vegas. I love free roam non-linear RPGs, especially when you have many options as to how you will progress the story. And New Vegas delivered, giving you 4 choices as to who will own New Vegas. The combat was well done, there's a lot of loot to find, and the voice acting was superb. It may have been a buggy mess, but at least Obsidian and Bethesda have been fixing the problems. And like Fallout 3, there is going to be DLC aplenty. I liked Dead Money, even if it was a bit short, so let's hope the rest of the DLC is as good. Number 4. Phantasy Star Portable 2. I've been a fan of the Phantasy Star series ever since I played the first one on the Sega Genesis. What really got me hooked was Phantasy Star Online for the Dreamcast. Since then, there have been a lot of online Phantasy Star games, each one trying new things. Phantasy Star Portable 2 is essentially a culmination of all the good ideas they've had. The combat is fun and challenging, there's hundreds upon hundreds of items to find, and the synth system is thankfully dead and buried. Take into account that it also has free online, and you've got a PSP game that will eat away hundreds upon hundreds of hours of your life. Number 3. Reciteer and Item Shop's Tale. This one flew under a lot of people's radars as it's an independently made PC-only game. In it, you play as Reset, who has to open an item shop when a loan shark, a helpful fairy, comes along wanting to collect on her father's huge debt. What follows is one of the most unique and engrossing JRPGs I've ever played. The writing is great, the music is great, the graphics look like a good old PlayStation RPG, and running the item shop feels fun and rewarding. You can hire adventurers to go dungeon crawling for items, or you can buy them from the market and the merchant guild. Why no one else just goes to the market, I have no idea, but hey, they're giving me money, so I probably shouldn't complain. Also, when you finally pay off the debt, you unlock Endless Mode, which lets you keep playing and amassing more money and beating more dungeons. Reciteer is a great and cheap dungeon crawler. Number 2. Mass Effect 2. Yeah, big shock, the sci-fi RPG nerd loves Mass Effect. But it's hard not to enjoy a game that does such a great job at storytelling. The voice acting is stupendous, the combat is fun, the only downside is how much they dumb down the non-story RPG aspects of the game. Which kinda makes it feel more like a shooter with story choices than an RPG. But that story is very well done, and the game is a lot of fun. I can hardly wait for the third game, which will supposedly have the end to the story. I just hope they do a better job than certain other multi-part games. And number 1, the Game of the Year from someone who loves sci-fi and RPGs, is obviously Bayonetta. Yes, the only non-RPG on the list is my favorite game to come out this year. The story is goofy, bordering lame, the music is cheesy, but the game is just so much fun. The graphics are gorgeous, and the combat is the best I've ever played in an action game. The combo system is engaging and fluid, the dodging is seamless, and the bosses are just so epic. This was easily the most fun I've had with a video game all year. So, there you have it, my top 5 games of 2010. Thank you to everyone who has been watching these past 25 videos of some random nut job on the internet rambling about video games. I hope you all have a safe and happy new year, and hopefully there will be many more good games to come.